Spirits by Alicia Kester. Setting: the lower Ninth Ward of New Orleans during and after Hurricane Katrina. The theater is dark except for projections of the storm. Scene 1. Half of the stage is flooded, or light projections imply moving water. Above and behind the flooded half of the stage is Denise's house, which is in shadow. Spotlight on a raft in the water. Sounds of the hurricane.
Papa, you still here? Did I lose you?
A gunshot goes off.
What was that?
I don't know. Are you safe?
Oh, I'm under God's protection. I'm headed home.
Don't try to get home. Rain is coming down too hard. The streets are flooding. Go back inside the church.
There's another gunshot. Denise drops the phone on the raft.
Shit. Papa? Papa?
She's trying to dry off the phone when a dead woman's body floats by. Denise scrambles and pulls the body on the raft. She frantically performs CPR. There's another gunshot. She drops her phone and crawls beneath the dead body. Lights down.
I'm looking for my Louise.
But my complexion, how do you see her? You see her out.
She from
You see my papa?
No,
Thank you.
my
I do someone about her height, my complexion, about 10-pound lighter, maybe
Scene 2. A house rests center stage. The walls of the house are in disrepair and falling down. Debris is everywhere. A large full trash bag sits on the porch. The living room is flooded. Denise drags 2 large empty trash cans to the side of the house. On the side of the trash cans is an ad that says, "Imagine it clean."
38 days. I'm finally home. God, that smell. You've been squatting in this mug for a month? For over 100 years, you've survived. You held all of us up, only to come apart now? Maybe it's because he's gone. Of course that's why. I can't imagine you whole without him. Do you know where he is? Is he lying in the mud somewhere hurt? I can't stop thinking that I gave up too soon.
Denise picks up debris from her front lawn.
I won't give up on you two. Most days, I'm unsure if my own breath isn't simply an echo of grief. Did you cave beneath the weight of the water? The Mississippi bearing down? I feel like it's been bearing down on me my whole life, and finally, maybe we both gave up.
Denise goes back to her car and returns with a bucket of water and a scrub brush. Spray painted on the front door is a giant FEMA X code. In the top part of the X is scrawled 9-6. On the left is TX-1. On the right is NE. Nothing is on the bottom. She climbs the porch and begins scrubbing the spray paint.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe you're just a house. Just dirt and wood. More dirt now than wood. But you've never been just a house, have you? How could you be? Well, you soaked your walls with memory for 5 generations. You've been stained by both our tragedy and our joy, and I thought it made you stronger. Tougher than wind and water, but this was no ordinary wind and water. The storm was full of rage. You were almost destroyed, and yet you still clutch my childhood. It's buried in the guts of you. I had nightmares that I drove by this lot and it was barren, with even memories stolen from it. At least you're still here. You just look so different. And you smell wrong. My mind is searching for the sweetness of angels' trumpets, but all I smell is eggs. Sour eggs and shit.
Denise steps inside, only to find herself stepping in a pool of water, calf deep.
Shit!
Denise goes off stage. We hear the beep beep of a car's keyless entry, and then, after a moment, the trunk slam. Denise returns in waders. She enters the house. She reaches the staircase.
Thank you, Pawpaw, for stealing me away from school to take me fishing. I think it takes a woman with a Mississippi in her blood to drive around with her poles and lures and waders in the trunk, just in case. I guess the Mississippi's not just in my blood, now it's in my living room. Maybe I should bring my pole inside too, catch me some dinner.
Soft humming sounds.
What's that?
The humming grows a little louder.
Is somebody here?
There's a knock on the front door. The humming stops. Mrs. Guidry stands outside on the front porch.
Juan, are you there?
Mrs. Guidry? You're okay. Erica, is she okay?
Erica's fine.
I can't tell you how wonderful it is to see you.
Now, no need for all that. Stop that now. Hush.
I'm sorry. I'm just glad you're okay.
Child, of course I'm okay. Why wouldn't I be?
The storm? I haven't heard after anybody.
Mrs. Guidry looks confused for a second.
Yes, that was a bad one, wasn't it? But don't you worry, this old black woman's as stubborn as a magnolia tree. I may look fragile, but I ain't going nowhere, no how. Death would have to come for me while I ain't looking and drag me away by my curlers. And girl, I'm always looking.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, young lady, where Juan be at? Oh, maybe Mr. Broussard to you. And why are you answering his door like you live here? He best not be fooling around with no woman young enough to be his granddaughter.
Mrs. Guidry, I am his granddaughter. Denise, remember?
What nonsense are you peddling? Denise ain't no more than 10 years old. Where is Juan at? I'm about to tell him 3 things about himself he didn't know this morning when he woke up.
Mommy, where are you? Mommy?
Mrs. Guidry, that sounds like Erica. Sounds like she's looking for you. Do you want me to walk you back?
Mommy!
Denise walks her to where a table and portable grill are set up.
Oh, there you are. Denise. Hey, you're back. I'm so sorry to hear about your grandfather.
Thank you.
Thanks for bringing her back. With everything that's going on, I get anxious if I don't know where she is.
Does she know about Papa? She came looking for him.
She knows, she just forgets. The Alzheimer's has gotten worse. When we were in Houston, everything was just foreign to her. She started declining so fast. It's a little better since we've been back, but I think now that things are familiar again, she's taken to wandering. I don't know what to do. I can't keep my eyes on her all the time. I wish I could just put a leash on her.
Girl, what is wrong with you? I ain't no dog. And don't be talking about me like I'm not here, and don't be shouting down the street after me like you ain't got no home training. I know you got home training because me and my belt did your schooling. You need us to remind you of your lessons. I'm a grown woman, and I'm your mama. I'll come and go as I please, and I'll come back when I'm ready to come back. Now, what you got to say about that?
Sorry. I'm sorry, ma'am.
A neighbor turns on the music. Ain't No Mountain High Enough by the Supremes.
Oh, baby, this is the song right here. Turn it up.
Be careful, Mommy, your hip.
My hip? What, you mean this hip right here? Sometimes it takes a little pain to find a little joy, okay?
It shouldn't. You rehab that hip. If you take care of it, it should last the rest of your life.
If I don't use it, what's the point? Just be. Just be. And maybe, shake some. Come on. Hey, come on.
The humming begins again. Scene 3. Floristine Perot Collins carries an old-fashioned camera on stage.
Now hold still. I'm going to take your picture. This might take a moment. Oh, I think that's going to be a good one. Yes. Oh, I think this is going to be one of my best. What? I can't show it to you. This isn't exactly a DSLR. You're just going to have to trust me. I am a professional after all. Florentine Perot Collins. Real pleasure to meet you. All of you. I've been doing this for some time. Started taking photos when I was 14. Do you know how hard it was for a black girl in New Orleans to get a camera in 1909? Nowadays, you have them on your phones, carrying them everywhere with you, taking pictures every time your dog shits or somebody puts a plate of food in front of you. Truth be told, I might be a little jealous. Maybe. But ain't pictures supposed to mean something more than you making a duck face in front of a blurry background? When I take pictures, I'm capturing more than a single moment. I'm capturing a memory that's worth the trouble of developing and framing and hanging up on your wall. I'm capturing something that you want to hold on to, something you don't ever want to lose. Sometimes I'm capturing pure joy. Sometimes exhausting pain. But usually, it's a little bit of both. That's the difference between memory and trauma. Memory's got a little bit of everything in them, if you're remembering right. That's something I've been thinking about lately. I see the suffering dimpled in the corners of people's eyes, while a smile as big as a truck lifts their entire face. Feelings ain't usually one thing or another. It can be all the things at once. I try to hold on to all those things with my camera. It's like talking to the past.
Scene 4. Denise stands on the front porch of her house. A hose snakes its way out of the door and a sump pump sits in the yard. A technician is operating the sump pump.
How long has it been now?
34 minutes, give or take.
It's not going down.
It is. It's just hard to tell.
Is there something else you can do?
Not really.
The technician looks inside.
Oh, it's not going down.
That's what I said.
The technician turns off the pump.
I'll go to the office and see if there's a bigger pump.
The technician exits. The humming begins again. Denise walks back to the porch and glances inside the door. She freezes. In the house is a figure in shadow.
Papa? Who are you? What are you doing in my house?
Who are you? And what are you doing in my river?
This isn't a river.
This is my river. I poured myself into it a million years. Yet, cannot name it. Something is wrong.
What? You are in my house. Why are you in my house? Were you displaced by the storm?
Oh, the storm. Yes. I think the storm brought me here.
Okay, let's get you out of the water. I have some dry clothes in my car.
Where am I?
New Orleans, the lower ninth. Do you remember who you are? Hold on. My neighbor is a nurse.
Denise pulls out her phone and calls Denise. Okay, Erica.
Hey, Erica, can you come by my house? A woman wandered into the house and she seems disoriented. Can you? Thank you. Wear waiters. She should be here in a minute. You could catch a cold in that water. Do you want to come sit with me on the steps here?
I can't. I am the water. And I know who I am.
You do? Who are you?
I am Imoja. Imi omi eru. Imi agbari bu odo. Imi orisha mole.
Yemoja. You mean like the Yoruba goddess from Nigeria?
Orisha, not goddess. I am known the world over.
Okay, so what are you doing so far from home?
I am in my waters. I am home.
You are in my home. Your river is in my house. I've been trying to get it out of my house. Any suggestions?
As the waters fail from the sea and the flood decayeth and dries up.
That's the Bible, isn't it?
It's the word.
The Christian word? The Christian Bible, I mean. If you are Yoruba, how do you know the Christian Bible?
There's a knock on the door. Denise answers.
She thinks she's a Nigerian god, Orisha. Erica, this is Yemoja.
Denise, there's no one here.
What are you talking about? Right there.
Where?
Here.
Have you been sleeping?
No, of course not. Has anyone... Are you real?
Quite.
Then why can't she see you?
Because it is not my will.
But it's your will for me to see you?
Yes.
Why?
It can't be good for you to spend all day in this putrid water. How's the pumping going?
It's not.
I am the river. I call it swell and parch its shores. It exists as I choose.
Wait. Are you saying the water won't recede from my living room because you won't let it?
It is as I will it.
Then get rid of it. It's destroying my house.
Denise, let's go outside and get some fresh air.
You really can't see her?
No. Hey, you can come stay with us. Until they can pump the water out at least.
Okay. It's okay. I'll be okay. I promise I'm fine. I'll come by your house later. I'll check in. I just want to see if there's anything else I can say to you.
Okay. Don't disappear. Please.
Erica leaves.
I can see you. She can't. Are you a ghost?
No. I am an Orisha.
Orisha?
Much more than mortals. There's more here than what you see. Your ancestors are with you.
Is Papa here?
Do you feel him here?
I feel like I'm losing my mind. How can I convince you to leave my house and take the water with you? Don't you want to go back to the Mississippi?
Ah, that's right. The river. That's one of its names. Mississippi. Missy. Sippy. Wakpatanka. Okochapo. Niukonska. I call to you, great water. Something's wrong.
What?
I don't know. The water is wrong. The land is wrong. The people are gone. I can't leave. Not yet.
You can or you won't?
There are secrets in these waters. Too many souls have sunk beneath the clay of the riverbed. Too much blood. Too much violence. Too much sorrow. The river is confused. It has forgotten it's a river and thinks it's a storm.
A naked black body in manacles rises in the water as Yemoja speaks. A spotlight on the body. It is still during her speech. When Yemoja falls silent, a beat, and then the body moans and looks up. Lights down. Scene 5. Denise sits on her porch. Mark Miller approaches. He barely sidesteps a bag of trash.
Excuse me. Pardon me, ma'am.
Yes?
Is Mr. Juan Broussard here?
No, he's not.
Do you know when he might be back?
He's not coming back. No matter how much I wish he were.
Oh, I see. Well, are you his family? I mean to say, is this your property?
Who are you?
Such a beautiful home.
Are you kidding?
Oh, not at all.
You should have seen it when the walls weren't falling off.
Oh, well, yes. I suspect it needs quite a bit of work. Expensive work. But I'd love to help you with that if I can. My name is Mark Miller. I'm with Premier Property Group. We're an investment and property company looking to help the Ninth Ward get back on its feet.
Is that so?
Indeed. We all have to pull together if we want to recover. And we have a plan that will see this neighborhood thriving again.
Is your plan to get rid of all the black people?
Not all of them. We want to help the people who live in this community get back on their feet.
Are you from here?
Well, we are based in Idaho, but we have an office in the French Quarter.
Idaho. Not your company. Are you from here?
Arizona, actually. It's the Southwest, but it's all the South, right?
No, it ain't. So, you've come all the way from Arizona, or is it Idaho, or the French Quarter, to help Mrs. Shafard across the street pull that tree off her roof? Or Mr. Bonner down the way, clear out the nutria that nested under his front porch? Or are you here to help me pump all this water out of my living room?
Well, not quite. I am here to help with more long-term problem solving. Sounds like your house is flooded. You gotta get all that water out, but then you're looking at mold, wood rot, floors buckling, cracks in your foundation. There's probably significant structural damage. Once the water gets in, you can't always save the property.
Thank you, Mr. Miller, for listing out all the burdens that the Lord has entrusted me with. How were you planning to add to that mountain? What is it exactly that you're thinking I can do for you?
Well, that's just it, Miss Broussard. I'd like to help you lift your burden. We're prepared to take this property off your hands for a very reasonable price, today as is. You'll be able to start over with a clean slate and money in your pocket. You'll never need to worry about contractors and construction.
You want to buy my home?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you made this offer to other folks in the neighborhood?
A few. But your house is special.
A few. Why is my house so special? You aiming to repair it? Then what? Rent it out?
Well, not your house, really. The land, I mean. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, the damage is done to the structure. I don't really think it can be saved.
And you're ready to come up in here like a predator, too lazy to hunt down his own prey, willing to settle for what he can find that's already laid.
I don't think that's a fair characterization. I'd like to think we give you a very reasonable price for this house, so that we both come out of it winners.
Home.
Excuse me?
This nigga right here. You called it a house. It's my home.
I'm sorry. I meant home. Let me tell you how much we are willing to pay.
Mark holds out a piece of paper.
I know it has sentimental value, but don't let your future get stuck in the past.
People like you are so eager to forget the past. You walk around on this planet like you're the only ones that leave footprints, but you want the rest of us to act like we don't know where you've been or what you've done. This land may only be 1/8 of an acre, but it's a small part of the city of New Orleans that I own, that my family has owned for over 100 years. My great-great-grandfather bought this land before everybody here even knew that they were free. He and his brothers built this house with their own hands. You know my great-uncle lost his finger doing repairs on the house? His sister filled her purse with ice and shoved that finger down in it and gave it to my grandfather, who rushed my great-uncle down to the colored hospital, which wasn't the closest one. I don't even think back then that she knew that fingers could be reattached. But she believed that they could fix it. She had faith. No, more than that. She didn't just believe that they could fix it.
Denise holds up her hand in a fist, with the palm facing her. Slowly, as she's saying the next few lines, her middle finger rises out of the fist.
She needed them to fix it. And it works. They sewed this finger right back on. He was whole again. Mostly.
Denise is giving Mark Miller the bird.
I mean, it was always a little crooked after that.
Your family sounds remarkable.
They are. They were.
So much heart and good instincts. But imagine if your great uncle was it? Imagine if he had the money to go to the best hospitals. I mean, the white hospitals. Your great aunt may not have had to worry at all. She would have known her brother was in good hands.
Do you even know how Jim Crow worked? Money wouldn't have changed anything.
What I'm trying to say is, you can't go around just hoping for miracles. There's something to be said for cold, hard cash. And that's a surefire way to be made whole.
I've never really known that to be true. Besides, your offer, it don't take into account how many babies been born inside this house, how many brooms been jumped out in the backyard, how many of my elders became ancestors in this house. They don't really consider how much work it took for a black man. No, for a man who was a slave not 2 months before to find a way to put his name on this deed. Your offer? This here ain't fair nor reasonable. It ain't worth a spit in my mouth. Now I'm going to ask you kindly to remove yourself from my property.
I understand this is a difficult time for you. I only want to make your life easier. Will you just keep my number? It's there on that paper, in case you change your mind. And there is an expiration date on this offer, however. I'm in town for the next 3 weeks. And after that, they'll probably send some white guy who just doesn't understand this community the way that I do.
Mark Miller places the paper on the porch next to Denise and leaves the stage.
Papa? Oh my God! You're not him. This hurts.
Your grandfather. His spirit is with us. He is home.
This is his home. Can you bring him back here?
The river can only flow in one direction.
So what then?
Depths are coming to the surface. But you must stay rooted if you are to survive.
And what if I can't? What if it hurts too much to be here? Everywhere I turn, I can feel the residue of him. What's left in the air, stale, unmoving, unchanging. This is just a museum of loss. How can I get past this grief here?
How can you grieve him anywhere else but your home?
Lights down. Scene 6. The front door of the house opens and Denise and Erica walk out, each carrying full trash bags, to a growing pile of trash near the curb.
Do you feel like maybe we've been sacrificed? All of the lower ninth to the storm.
Yeah. I'm feeling a little sacrificial these days.
How are you feeling otherwise?
I feel fine. I've been sleeping. I'm no more tired than anyone else.
But you are still seeing her.
They sit down on the front porch.
Earlier today, I thought she was my grandfather.
And what did she say?
She wants me to stay here.
And what do you want?
Home to be home.
Last month when I was in Houston, there would be days that my skin would ache because I wasn't here and everything there was wrong. The air was too bitter, the water was too flat, the sun wasn't warm enough. And all I could think about was this place. I mean, I felt physical pain thinking about how much I missed home. Now that I'm back,
Yeah, I know.
you know, maybe I've just never thought to check. I mean, deep down, I know this is home. Beneath everything, beneath the people and the problems, beneath the joy and the grief, New Orleans is unlike anywhere else. It's like there's a buzzing here, like its own frequency.
A humming?
Yeah, a humming, I think. If I listen hard enough, I can feel it. In my chest, I can feel it making my ribs run. My heart beats. Boom, boom, boom. My ribs vibrating around them. Boom. It's there. Feel it? That doesn't happen anywhere but here. It didn't happen in Houston. Right now I'm looking around, my eyes keep telling me this isn't home, but then I can feel it. You got it too. Mommy has it. But besides her, I've never known anyone else to have it. I was starting to think it was a congenital heart murmur until I went away in Houston. Maybe I've just never been close enough to anyone to find out if they had it too.
Not even someone you were dating?
You know, maybe I've just never thought to check.
I miss Angel's trumpet.
Oh yeah. The wood smells wrong.
I feel like all I smell is mildew and rot.
Mold. Maybe that's why. Why you are seeing Yamoja?
I can't explain it, but I don't think so. What if she's real? How do I find out?
You know, I don't really believe in all that woo-woo stuff. But I've learned that there's only one way to understand something better. Research. Maybe Dr. Father Joseph at St. Augie's?
He's Catholic, not Yoruba. Do you really think it works that way?
Lord knows. I mean, he's a priest. He's supposed to have a direct line to God. Or the gods, I guess. Maybe his guy knows a guy?
Erica pulls out her phone and starts typing and scrolling.
Or you can look it up on the internet.
Babaloa Adetunji, Yoruba priest. You know, some real estate agent came by, wanted to buy the house. I said no, but I don't know. Maybe I should.
Yeah, he came by us too.
What did you say?
I want to sell, but
You do?
I do. I've been paying off debt for 30 years trying to fix this. It's not really up to me, it's my mom's house. And this past Monday, he convinced the Fishers 2 blocks over to sell. And by Thursday, the moving vans have already come and gone. I think they'll just be the first.
There's a special place in hell for people who take advantage of tragedy.
What about those who cause it?
Lights down. Scene 7. Denise speaks as she walks over to the trash pile, which has doubled in size.
I understand that everything isn't running at full capacity, but I just need a date of when the garbage will be picked up. No, you don't understand. The garbage is up to my neck. Yeah, I get that this isn't normal, but does that really matter? Right now, my normal is drowning in trash. What am I supposed to do? What do you mean, imagine it clean? Are you fucking kidding me right now? There was a hurricane. This isn't normal trash. It's putrid and rancid. There are things that died here 5 weeks ago and now are just decaying. How do I imagine that the stench of death isn't everywhere? Are there bodies? Human bodies? I don't know what's in there, but something's dead. If it was a body, would that make a difference? Would you send someone out? I didn't think so. Can I speak to your Hello? Hello? Shit!
Denise notices her front door is open.
Shit!
Denise cautiously approaches her front door. Mrs. Guidry is sitting on the staircase and Yermajada is in the water.
Mrs. Guidry! How did you get in here? Are you okay? Are you wet?
Hush. Stop interrupting grown folks' conversations.
Does Erica know where you are? I'm gonna text her. She must be so worried.
Juan, why is she treating me like a child? Am I a child?
Not at all. Who are you talking to?
Who does it look like I'm talking to? Juan, do you remember when we were barely grown and we went fishing over by Goose Point and we saw all them sharks?
That must have been 65 years ago. I waded too far out into the water. I think you saw them first and pulled me out of there faster than I can spell my own name.
What kind of sharks was them?
Bull sharks.
That's right. Oh, you were so scared and angry. Oh, angry. Well, because you were scared, maybe. You kept saying you was going to get yourself a spear and take care of them sharks so it would be safe for me to swim there.
But you wouldn't let me.
No. Juan, these just babies.
Baby bull sharks are still dangerous.
It was their home we came stomping into. They had a right to be there.
You right.
That ain't no surprise. When you ever known me to be wrong?
Why does she think you're my grandfather? And how do you know all this?
I see the waters. She sees the ancestors.
Because that's what you want her to see? How does she see you at all?
Her mind is more expansive than it once was. Sometimes her thoughts get lost.
Erica knocks on the door.
Mommy, what are you doing in here?
Just say it plain. Sometimes I forget. It's the truth, so there must be some sweetness to it.
Memory is something that can be both bitter and sweet. Sometimes both at once.
Yes, sir. Sometimes that bitterness gets stuck behind your eyeballs and everything else seems sour. Same with the sweetness I expect.
Mommy, I don't think it's good for you to be sitting here in all this water. Can I help you outside?
I ain't going nowhere till I'm done talking to Juan. Juan, tell you the truth, I was a little scared. This life of mine has been a big one. And I've been tired a long time. I done packed my bags years ago, ready for my short trip to heaven, but this isn't what I expected. And this is no way to die slow. It's a slow death that hurts your heart more than anything. First, your thoughts fall away, then your memories, and then finally, who you are is gone. Poof. And I know what comes next. Okay. I'm scared to even look in the mirror. I'm afraid I won't know who I'm looking at. I'm afraid at that moment when everything I love about myself, everything I know about myself is gone, like it didn't matter at all.
Mommy, I'll remind you every day who you are. Just like you showed me growing up who I am. I won't let you forget. Can I take you home?
Juan, can I come back and see you again?
I'd like that.
Mrs. Guidry and Erica leave.
That was nice of you to give her back those memories. That's the most lucid I've seen her in a while.
I think this whole community is drowning in reminders of what they lost. They can't see who they are.
A Yoruba Babaloa out of Tunji walks up to the front door.
Is Miss Broussard here? I'm Babaloa Adetunji.
I'm her. Please, come in. Can you see her?
See, no. But I can feel her. And if she chooses, I can speak with her. Mother of waters and rivers, mother and birth of life, why do you choose to reside here? Was the offering to you not acceptable?
Offering? What offering?
Did you not make an offering? Where's your altar?
I don't have an altar.
From the back of the theater, Madame Tinubu enters, carrying a basket.
That might be the problem then. She won't speak to me without an offering, without respect.
And then she'll leave and take the water with her?
Then she'll talk to me and we can ask. But do you have a paper? I'll give you the list.
Oh, write it on my phone.
This generation. Are you ready?
As Babaloa lists the items, Madame Tinubu lays them out on a handkerchief.
A small white bowl with spring water.
Omi tutu ero aire.
A large white candle.
Ele tutu.
A goblet and a bottle of wine.
Mojuba Oladumare. I salute God.
A white plate with fresh fruit.
Mojubo Bobo Orisha. I salute all Orisha.
And bitter nuts.
Spotlight on Madame Tinubu. The rest of the stage is black.
Mighty Olokun, owner and God of the waters deep, give me your blessings. Give your protection as I travel upon your waters. As I return home, I have been forced from my city of Lagos to this place, Badagry. It's true. I can make the best of it. I can turn shit into sticky clay, and the stickiest clay into gold, though. But we both know I don't belong here. In the outskirts, out of the heat, out of the action. Please protect me. Keep your waters calm. Protect my cargo, and let us not lose any of my goods to your deeps.
Your goods,
Sit down.
Who's there?
Do you not recognize me? Are you blinded by my glory? I am the mother Orisha, the Orisha of the river, and the owner of the surface of the seas. I am Emoja, you fool! Prostrate yourself before me.
Madame Tinubu slowly kneels. She starts to prostrate herself, but then stops.
But I did not ask for you. Oh.
What?
Well, I mean, it's not a big thing. It's just a little thing. But I did not call for you. I was trying to reach Olokun.
How dare you?
I mean, thank you. Thank you for coming and all. But was Olokun busy? No offense.
Offense taken. Am I not good enough?
Well, aren't you more of a goddess for the lady?
And aren't you a woman?
I am a queen.
In exile.
For now.
Good luck with that.
What do you know that I don't know
Everything.
about me regaining my power?
I know you, Madame Tinubu. Efun Royer Tinubu. I see who you are. It is clear that you are a woman who has traded goods and knowledge to gain great influence and power. I know that you stand between two warring men and pull the strings. A kingmaker, eh? That is a dangerous place to be. I can see that plainly. And I know what power you've yielded to stand between two rivers brimming over in a storm. I know where that power comes from. I know what your cargo is. The bodies clog the seas, between you and I. I see you, Efulroye. I see your sins. With such bloody hands, what would you demand of me?
Demand is a strong word. It's more of a request.
A black body moans and shivers in the water.
Oh, now your tongue is coated in sugar.
Ma, what do you want from me? If you see me, you see how many people live in my house. You see all my children and all my husband's children and the servants, the aunties, the elders, but everyone is hungry all the time. I feed them, and I feed them, and they eat, and they eat. If I'm being honest, I think a few of them might have tapeworms. I should have them checked out.
Is this part of your prayer? Or are you making a to-do list?
Obviously. Prayer? It's not just them. You gods are hungry too. I make more offerings every year than anyone else in Lagos.
Should I give you a gold star? The only offerings I see to me are all of your kinsmen that drown and are scattered across my oceans after you sell them like chattel to the Oyen boss.
I will not be made to feel shame for providing for my family, for feeding them and keeping them safe. If I don't set the rules and enforce them with these foreigners, what stops them from kidnapping me and my family and making us slaves? There is no righteous path that I can take where I and mine will come out whole. You should know more than me that sacrifice is sometimes necessary.
And what do you really know of sacrifice? Do you know what slavery is there across the seas? It is not like it is here. Slaves there are more than just servants. They look different than their white masters, so they become something alien and inhuman. They are not offered mercy. They are beaten and raped as if they were not even alive. They are killed rather than sold. And you are not just condemning the people you sell. Their children are born slaves as well. And their children's children. There are continents where you can look upon the faces of generations of your kin, and none of them own their own souls.
Why would an innocent child be born a slave? This must not be true.
Am I a liar?
No, I am not to blame for this. Is it my fault that these white people don't know how to have nice things? They don't take care of their slaves. We do. We are not cruel to our slaves, just realistic. What value is there in breaking something that you own?
How arrogant are you to think that you can own another soul?
The black body starts panting heavy.
Olodumare bestows Imi, the breath of life. Not you, not I. They are the owner of all living things. How dare you sell what is not yours?
Perhaps I should pray to Olok Dubare instead.
Olodumare would not concern themselves with you or your petty requests.
Olokun then, where is he?
You called. But he did not come, eh?
Because you jumped in before he could.
Ignorant woman. Olukun, Imoja. We are parts of the same whole. He is the deep. I am the surface. He is the masculine. I am the feminine. But we are one. We are different faces, but the same spirit.
How can you be a woman, he be a man, and you both be parts of the same God? You are confused.
It is more likely that I am confused or that you are. How safe will you feel on my waters after you've insulted me? I am tired of this. You keep yourself blind and deaf to the harm you cause. Why should I listen to you? Anything else you have to say, or be forced to stare on your countenance 1 minute longer? Leave my sight!
Madame Timaru stumbles backward off the stage. The stage over Yemoja and the black body goes dark, with a spotlight on Madame Timaru.
Fine. Forget water. We will travel over land. I pray to Ogun instead. Iron and guts beat out water every time. What damage can water really do? When they come for me, I'd rather have a gun than a glass of water. What am I supposed to do with that? Splash it in their face? Oh no. I'm wet. Save me. Save me! Oh no. You have a second glass? I'm doomed for sure. She will wash my offerings to Ogun with envy. He will send me guns and bullets. He will bring me real power and real protection.
Wale, Madame Timaru's assistant, approaches.
Madam, the ships are ready and the cargo is loaded.
Unload it. Get horses and carts. We will be traveling over land.
That will take much more time.
So? Are you questioning my decision?
No, madam.
Have we filled the quota?
We need one more.
Ah, good. We will not leave until we are full.
Madame Timaru approaches a member of the audience.
Perhaps you. No. How old are you? You may still have children. No. You are healthy and strong. You will do well. That is obvious. At least 4 bowls of silk, 2 barrels of ale, and guns. Yes, you are worth at least 5 guns.
The black body moans from off stage.
This one.
Scene 10. A bed is set on stage. Mrs. Guidry lies dying. Father Joseph stands over her, giving her her last rites.
Through this holy anointing, the Lord in his love and mercy help you with the grace of the Holy Spirit.
It's okay, Mommy.
Erica.
Do you want to pray with Father Joseph?
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us.
There is a knock on the door. Mark Miller is behind the door. He holds flowers.
This nigga right here. You've got to be kidding me.
Sorry to disturb you.
This isn't a good time.
What?
Mark pushes his way inside.
Mrs. Guidry, how are you doing today?
Mark Miller sees the priest.
Oh.
Not one.
No, Mrs. Guidry. I'm Mark. Mark Miller? We met the other day. Is she?
Why are you here?
Young man, this is a private family moment. Perhaps there will be a better time.
I'd
Later.
like to pay my respects to Mrs. Guidry.
I feel so lucky to have been able to spend some time with you. I'm honored to have you as an elder. These are for you, Mrs. Guidry. Evie.
What did he call me?
Evie? I'm sorry, Mrs. Guidry. Mrs. Guidry, my apologies. I'm just curious if, well, I just wondered, Mrs. Guidry, have you thought about the future?
Are you serious right now?
Well, not your future, clearly, but Erica's future. I am prepared to offer you quite a good deal for the house so that Erica can have whatever future she wants. I brought the contracts. All you have to do is sign here.
Mrs. Guidry devolves into another coughing fit.
We are going to step out and give you two a moment.
Father Joseph grabs Mark Miller by the arm and pulls him out. Mark walks past Denise's house, trips over a pile of garbage, and almost falls, but doesn't.
Shoo! Get out of here! Stop looking about, scavenging around like some damn nutrient. Oh, good Lord, now I'm cursed.
Father Joseph shoots Mark off stage.
Mom, thought I was ready for this. I thought I was, but I don't think I am.
Your hands are sweaty. Why don't you get that brush? My hair.
Erica grabs the brush and starts gently brushing her hair.
I could have done a better job with it this morning, couldn't I?
You said it, not me. I'm sorry.
Mommy, your words never hurt me. I know where your heart is.
No, not that, no. I'm sorry if I've been a burden to you, baby. I'm sorry if you held yourself back on account of me so I could take up more space. I'm sorry if you suffered because of me.
You do take up a lot of space. I'm just kidding.
I know, baby.
Are you serious? Mommy, I've never suffered because of you. You're not a burden. You were the one who always sacrificed for me. And all my life I watched you pack away your suffering, stockpiling it because you were too busy being worried about me. When you needed to, you used that hurt, that rage like a weapon. Sometimes like fuel. And when I was broken, you let me use your pain like a crutch. You let me weigh you down. My pain right on top of yours. You carried all of that. You never let any of it go. And I saw you through. I saw how that suffering stayed with you until you were exhausted.
Exhausted. You make me sound worn down. I've never looked exhausted a day in my life. My face is beat, honey, every day.
You are meticulous.
You know that's right.
Remember when I was little, not really little, but like 7 or 8, you told me that real ladies never walk together in bunches when they walk down the street, but rather they strut at a distance from each other, like they were on a runway.
Mm-hmm.
I believed that for years.
Because it's the truth.
How's that the truth?
Because your mama said it. So it must be the truth.
Mommy, nobody does that. I figured you out. You just didn't want me walking next to you because you didn't want people to think you were old enough to have an 8-year-old child.
Hey, both things can be true, okay?
You may think you had me walking in your shadow, but you didn't. I was your shadow. Everything I love about myself, I learned from you. I got my strength from you.
I taught you how to be a black woman.
You did. But you gave me more than that. I'm not just a black woman. I don't stop there. You taught me to be so much more than you.
There ain't no just in being a black woman. Ain't nothing just about it. But there's a whole lot of necessary there. Sure. Being a black woman ain't the ending. But it is the beginning. Remember that. It's the floorboards. It's what keeps you from sinking into the dirt. It's how to be hard when you need to, and how to be soft. You've got to be soft sometimes, okay? It's easy to forget that.
I can be soft sometimes.
I see it. Sometimes. In your eyes. Mostly when you're looking at Denise. Don't look surprised, I'm your mama. I see everything. I know everything. But that can't be the only time you let others in. You keep your heart soft, your mind sharp, and your fists hard. Okay? That's the last thing I'm gonna teach you, baby. Make sure you hear me.
Lights down. Scene 11. The technician drags a giant hose on stage and into the house. The technician goes back off stage.
Is it working?
What'd you say?
The technician returns.
Is it working? Oh, you are right there.
Yes, ma'am. I'm right here in front of you.
Is it working?
It should be. But it doesn't look like it's going down, does it? This is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. Maybe you have a burst pipe somewhere that's still pumping water into the house.
But you turned all the water off that was going into the house.
Yeah, I did. I'm just spitballing here. Maybe it's groundwater coming in from the river.
Duh?
What?
Yeah, I've been here, living in this water for weeks. Being in water that long does things to you. Is there any way to fix this?
Your foundation probably got some cracks in it. Get enough water in here, it'll tear it apart. You know, sometimes I wonder if any of us should be building houses in a floodplain. Mother Nature is gonna be Mother Nature. She don't really care who built a house in her way.
That's not entirely true.
Oh, what do I need to do if the problem is the foundation?
Sorry to say, that's above my pay grade. Don't think there's anything else I can do.
The technician begins packing up the hose and exits the stage.
What can I do to fix this?
Respect my river and protect the people who live on my river.
Denise refills the water in the altar.
I respect the river. I love the river. It has always been my home. And somehow, I found a way to accept all the pain and grief that comes with it. But how am I supposed to take care of all the people who live on your river?
Are they not your people?
Denise starts packing things like photos in a waterproof plastic container.
What are you doing?
To tell the truth, I can't even tell what's trash and what isn't anymore. I'm just trying to save what can be saved to start again. Isn't that the way? Isn't that always the way? We build and what we've created is torn from our hands and we gather what scraps that are still recognizable and stuff them in our pockets, along with the hope that we can start again and things will be better next time.
The river always offers hope.
From what I can recall, the river always offers pain and death. Grief is packed tight in the bone marrow of memory. Memories and pieces of bodies litter the water, little more than debris. We wash our clothes in it. We bathe in it, we drink it, we inherit it in the water of our mother's wombs. The grief is our birthright. That is why we claim the river as our own, because our pain is drowning there.
Is that why you wish to cast me out? The pain that I bring?
Maybe, in part. But the bigger part is that you are flooding my living room, damn it! You are destroying what I have left, what I can still save. I've already lost him. Now you want to take his house? I can't keep clinging to this pain if I want to survive.
Erica enters the stage, knocks on the door.
Erica? Oh, Erica. What's wrong? Where's Evie? Did she... I'm so sorry.
Mommy?
Erica pulls free and rushes into the house.
Mommy!
Do you need me to be her?
Who are you?
Emoja.
Of course you are.
Erica backs out of the house. She sits down on the front porch.
Remember when he turned 13 and she snuck us onto the casino?
Yeah. Oh man, she put so much makeup on me, I had trouble keeping my head up.
I remember she gave us only $20 each to gamble. I think I spent all of mine in 5 minutes.
Every time they try to serve us alcohol, she jumped in front of us and said, "They just got sober. Wine owns the both of them. Addiction's a bitch."
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Wait, did she told the security guard that she was my twin sister when they came to check ID.
I think that's why they kicked us out. One lie too far. Evie is amazing.
Now, aren't you if she hears you calling her by her first name?
I don't doubt it. She lived a full life.
Yes, she did. And I think she was ready to go. But it's not gonna make me miss her any less.
Mark Miller approaches.
Oh my goodness. Look at my luck, finding you both here together. Oh, today's really gonna be a great day. Oh, did Miss Guidry pass? Erica, I am so sorry for your loss. Oh, my thoughts are with you in this difficult time. You know, one thing I have been thinking about is securing your future. I know you were interested in learning more about our offer. I think we can take this moment and lock it down so that that's one less thing you have to be worried about. I do have the contract right here. I have one for you too, Denise, and I'm happy to answer any questions either of you might have.
Nigga right here.
Sorry?
No one responds. Mark pulls out a folder and a pen.
1 second, I have it right here.
No.
No?
No. No, I will not sell you my house. No, I will not watch as you ravage our community. No, I will not stand by as once again my people are scattered, displaced, forced from our homes, ripped from our lands like weeds tangled in someone else's bounty. No. This is my home. This is my land. No, you cannot have it.
Ditto.
How good of a salesman would I be if I took no for an answer?
Nigga! She said no!
What the fuck? Who was that?
God.
God? Well, maybe another time then. Or not.
Mark Miller turns to leave, trips, falls into a pile of trash. He gets up and scurries off the stage. Stage goes black. Scene 12. A person with a bag sits in the aisle in the audience. They carry a small suitcase.
We left so quickly. I had to choose between diapers and my wedding photos. My whole life is in this bag. See, here's the diapers. I had to choose these over my wedding photos. I didn't know that I would need them, you know. Oh, I grabbed the dog's leash. He ran into the storm. He didn't make it, but I guess I like to hold on to a piece of this to have him with me, you know. There's my son's socks. I didn't grab any of his shoes, but I grabbed these. I grabbed flip-flops. I was trying to grab shoes, and these couldn't be more inappropriate. Finally, I grabbed my keys. The truck is at the bottom of the water, but I guess it was just muscle memory, you know, to grab it on your way out.
Scene 13. Denise sits on a raft in the middle of a flooded street. As she sits, as she did in the first scene, the dead body is still on the raft, but now it's propped up, and now it is clear that the dead body is Imoja. She starts humming.
Back at the beginning, but you're still here.
I am.
How did I get back in Hurricane Katrina?
How do you know it's Katrina? How do you know it's not Cindy or Ida?
Is this another hurricane?
Doesn't matter. You are still on this boat in the water. There are still gunshots.
3 gunshots ring out.
Who's being shot?
You know who?
A gunshot.
James Brissett.
Another gunshot.
Ronald Madison.
Another gunshot.
His brother Lance. When are they going to come get us out of this water?
Who are you waiting for? Adu ex machina?
Do I have to do it myself?
Haven't you always?
Lights down. The cast parade starts to parade, carrying white umbrellas, white handkerchiefs. The person in front carries a large poster, a photo of Mrs. Guidry. They slowly gather the audience members behind them. They slowly gather the audience members behind them in their parade and do a lap around the theater. As they finish the first lap, the crowd